March 18th is when the Bank of Canada announces its next rate announcement. If you're buying in Guelph, the GTA, Oakville, anywhere really surrounding the Greater Toronto area, you've probably heard someone say, just wait until March 18th. And I know if you're sitting on the sidelines thinking about entering the real estate market, that thought has probably crossed your mind as well. And this is what most people don't factor in when they make a statement like that. That rate is not the number that matters the most. It's what happens in the market surrounding that number. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean in this video. If we've never met before, my name is Varsha and I assist families in buying and selling real estate in the Greater Toronto Area, Guelph, Milton, Oakville, Kitchener-Waterloo, and I assist them in making thoughtful decisions in changing markets. And if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe. All right, here's the conventional wisdom when it comes to the rate announcements. The Bank of Canada has been on a cutting cycle. They brought the overnight rate down from 5% all the way to 2.25% over the last year and a half. And in January, they hit pause. The January 28th announcement held the rate at 2.25%. Most economists, I'm talking big banks, bond market, everyone expects the March announcement to be a hold. This is really what trips people up because when they hear hold, they think, oh, no change. Then they think, nothing happens. The rate didn't move, so I'll just keep waiting. That's sort of the wrong way to think about it. Let me explain why. Starting with what's actually happening on the ground in our market here in Ontario, the Greater Toronto Area, not what's happening in Ottawa. In the markets that you and I live in. Remember, the rate is just one input, okay? What's happening with inventory, with buyer psychology, with how long homes are sitting, that's the stuff that determines whether you're getting a good deal or you're missing one. Let me take you to 3 markets I pretty much work in every week. Let's start with Guelph. If we're looking at the official February 2026 numbers, Guelph's average sale price came in around the $713,000 mark. Again, that's average sale right across the city of Guelph. That includes all property types. The median is sitting at $700,000. Okay, so that translates to homes. They're sort of just sitting. Average days on the market has actually crept up to 45, and that's an increase of 41% from where it was a year. Now, just think about what that means. If you're a buyer in Guelph and you have time, remember, you're not competing with 5 others on a property, although I have to pause and just let you know that even last week we were in a multiple offer situation. So it really matters what neighborhood you're after, what property type you're looking for. And yeah, if you're a family, the schools are going to count, how many bedrooms, the maintenance of the home, all of those things matter. And I'll tell you, when a property hits the market and the sellers are fabulous and they're realistic about pricing and presentation of their property, and marketing has merged and it's this beautiful offering, we're seeing multiple offers. And I say that because good homes will sell in any market. Strategically placed, well-priced homes will sell in any market. And we're really seeing the numbers. We're seeing a robust return to that single-family detached. And even the semi-detached market out in Cambridge, Kitchener-Waterloo, there were 33 offers on a property last week. 33. Yes, the strategy out there was quite different compared to the market value pricing that we see here in Guelph, but multiple offers are very much a reality. If you're targeting a property that is just too good to be true, there's so many others that believe that too. Moving on to if you are just getting into the market here in Guelph, okay? Maybe you don't have equity, right? You're just getting into the market. This is your first home. You have room to play because the days on market favor you. Things are sitting for 45 days. It's an increase of 41%. What that tells you is you have choice and you have the time to make a thoughtful, informed decision. On the topic of choice, new listings are up 21%, and expired listings just jumped 45%. And yeah, you have to be careful. When you see new listings, there's also relists that were expired, right? You have to be really careful with that pocket. So homes are hitting the market, and if the price is off, they're sitting. And that ratio is tipping more so towards our buyer pool. Another market that I frequent is Oakville. The months of inventory in Oakville just hit 4.8 months at the end of December 2025. This quarter that we're in, Jan, Feb, March, that months of inventory is higher than it was even a year prior and well above the long-term average of 2.8. Active listings have not been this high as they have been in the last 15 years. We're talking an entire generation. Oakville is usually one of the tightest markets to get into in the Greater Toronto Area. Does not normally sit at 4.8 months of inventory. And yet here we are. Buyers in Oakville have negotiating power that they never had before, that they actually haven't had in well over a decade. And let's broaden the scope and look at the GTA as a whole. GTA sales were down 19% year over year. The average selling price even hit under $1 million in the GTA. That's huge. That's a reduction of 6.5%. And I know when you hear that, you're like, oh my gosh, prices are coming down. They're crashing if you're a seller. More importantly, home buying intentions have dropped 5% points when compared to 2025. So if I was a seller and I'm serious about selling, I would get comfortable with knowing that my property's probably going to sit a little bit longer, and I'm going to have to do everything I can to make sure the property is showcased in the best light possible, and pricing is part of that marketing strategy. So here's really the picture. Buyers are sitting on their hands waiting, inventory's up, and sellers are getting more flexible, and the rate hasn't changed. Do you see where I'm going with this? Experts say it's going to be a hold at 2.25%, no change. And the moment that gets announced, a whole bunch of people are going to say, see, no change. I'll continue to wait. And that's the opportunity. Buyers wait, two things happen. One, inventory keeps building. In Guelph specifically, new listings are up 21%. Sellers who've been holding on are getting tired. Price reductions, price adjustments are increasing. In Guelph alone, expired listings are up 45%. The sale to list price ratio in the GTA is at 97%. In Oakville, the premium freehold market is projected to only see a 1 to 3% increase, in appreciation this year. And two, the moment rates do move again, every single buyer that's been sitting on the sidelines will flood the market. Because believe it or not, people value home ownership, and they're going to flood the market at the same time. And the conditions that you have right now, the time that you have right now, they evaporate the more competition that enters the market. Let me put it to you another way. Right now in Guelph, you're looking at a $713,000 average sale price, for the month of February. And there's 45 days on market. So that's room for you to negotiate. Freehold is sitting at $822,000. Condos are sitting at $552,000. In some parts of the GTA, you have 4.8 months of inventory. And that's choice that you haven't seen. Like in Oakville, you haven't seen this in 15 years. And so, if you think about it, the question isn't what will the rate announcement be on March 18th? The question is, what will this market look like 6 months from now when everyone stops waiting? Your life is going to catch up to you. Wouldn't you rather make a decision that you're not forced into? So yeah, in conversation in the last week, 2 weeks surrounding the March 18th announcement, this is the real conversation that I'm having. And most clients are receptive to it because they finally see opportunity. And it has nothing to do whether the rate is being held. They just understood the difference.